The Charleston County Jail has historically been surrounded by news of inmate deaths, concern inside of that facility, and even a federal investigation. But a new administration says it's making major changes to address those issues. Charleston County Sheriff Ritchie took office in January and quickly hired a new jail administrator to address and make some necessary improvements there. But another inmate died under the new administration's watch just last week, raising the question, what's truly going on behind closed doors here? Members of the media were allowed a first-hand look inside the Charleston County Jail this morning. And Live 5 investigative reporter Emily Johnson was among those who got a chance to tour that facility. So Emily, today's tour lasted for hours. What did it show you?
And today's tour was the first time in years that the media has been allowed a full access tour of the Al Cannon Detention Center, allowing us to truly share with the public what goes on behind the closed, secure doors of this facility, and if the promises made by a new administration are empty, or if they actually hope to promote more change. Inside the Charleston County Jail, one of the largest jails in the state, inmates are housed behind the walls, monitored by a deeply understaffed, devoted team of detention center deputies.
We're watching their behavior constantly, and any little change, we're going to mental health, we're going to medical, we're getting together and saying, how do we change this, how do we fix this?
From processing and booking to educational programs and the jail's overflowing behavioral health unit, we saw it all, the good, bad, and ugly.
Sheena!
Stan Davis was hired as the new jail administrator under Sheriff Ritchie, and he was transparent with us about the two biggest challenges the Al Cannon Detention Center is currently facing: detention deputy staffing and inmate health care. Over 1,300 people are housed inside the jail's walls, but staffing levels are down 20%, and the inmate population is up 40%.
When you have fewer staff managing more inmates, you increase the risk to everyone. You increase the risk, you increase the difficulty.
15 inmates have died inside the facility in the last 5 years, including one just last week. But Davis says the jail's relationship with its new healthcare provider, VitalCore, is strong and working to increase inmate medical screening and medical staffing.
The level of medical attention, I would say, has gone up significantly. Our people who have medical needs are tightly screened, tightly monitored, medicated. We've got physicians, assistants on staff.
Locating the proper mental health resources for inmates is one of the largest challenges, and the backlog of those needing help runs deep. One detention center deputy says promises were made by lawmakers years ago to provide more mental health resources, but the problem still remains.
They made a lot of promises. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Reducing contraband is a large focus of the new administration's, with a more aggressive search method now being used and additional cell lights added.
Contraband is dangerous. Contraband causes people to get sick. Word gets around on the inside that we're watching very closely, and word gets around on the outside that you don't mess with the jail.
Hope for better resources, better conditions, and a more promising future for inmates is what the new administration hopes to promise in their changes to the jail.
Well, Emily, good information there in your report about what's now changing inside of the jail, and unfortunately some of the things that still haven't changed. But despite all of the promised changes, the Department of Justice did launch an investigation into the center back in 2023. So where does that investigation currently stand?
Well, Ann, that's a great question, and one that we don't know 100% of an answer on, as some changes to this federal agency have been made by Donald Trump's administration. But today, the jail's administrator told us that some conversations are expected to happen very soon with updates on the investigation. Reporting live in Charleston, Emily Johnson, Live 5 News.